You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
What it means to be a police officer.
And here to here
is honoring a legacy.
When I retired from the military, and even though I hung up my uniform, I never hung up my commitment.
I've loved law enforcement ever since I was little, but coming here working law enforcement took on a totally different aspect.
For me, it's a sense of pride that I'd taken the job.
This is an extension of my commitment that I gave.
This is one way that I'm able to reach out and do something for the veterans.
We are actually more trained and more well-trained in all aspects of law enforcement than most of your civilian law enforcement agencies.
They meet the same standards as the academy that teaches the FBI, the Secret Service, the U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security.
She's going to be covering here and here. We do training every month, all year long. We're required to do active threat response training 4 times a year.
Slide the head around, push out the head.
We do ground defense recovery and defensive tactics 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Every officer is required to shoot 800 rounds with their pistol a year, minimum. And 120 rounds a year with their rifle.
Stand by, fire.
We qualify with pistols twice a year, rifles once a year. We qualify with the iron sights and with optics for the rifles.
99.9% of the veterans that come through our doors have a higher level of training, so that's why communication is important.
We can teach you tactics, we can teach you procedures, we can teach you how to shoot, but compassion, that's from the heart.
This is a fairly young agency in the realm of law enforcement that's growing in the right direction. So we want someone who can contribute and who's willing to give that 110% and make it a win-win for both of us.
Remember me?
Okay, so I looked at the policy about blacking out those windows, and there is no policy that states that you guys are allowed to do that. So I was wondering when you're going to take the tint out of the windows.
There's no policy.
You did tell me that you had an issue with it when we spoke the last time.
The policy for that we can't. There's no policy that says we can or we can't.
That there's no policy that states that you are allowed to black out the windows.
But is there a policy that says we can't?
There's no policy stating anything that you can or cannot.
Okay.
So there's no. If you feel that that's a security issue, then it should be in a policy.
Okay. I'll have to reevaluate. Maybe the medical center policies. Maybe it's a local thing. Did you look at the local medical center policies?
Yes, sir. I went to ROI and requested every policy.
Okay.
And they told me in a FOIA request document that those don't exist. Actually, the words are no record found.
Okay. I'll give you some other breadcrumbs. Maybe try the VA Physical Security Design and Resiliency Manual and see if there's anything there. Because generally it says that police operations aren't to be on a publicly accessible area.
That's not true because it's part of the SOP.
No, if you go to the design manual, have you looked at the Design and Resiliency Manual?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, maybe because generally police operations...
Where would I find that?
It should be online. You can look up VA Physical Security Design and Resiliency Manual.
Okay. But that's why I'm going directly to you, since you are the physical security specialist, that you should know the actual policy instead of trying to run me off to go read it myself. I'm asking you, the physical security specialist.
Special officer duty.
Well, I'm telling you the guideline, not the policy, the guideline, is that our police operations is generally not on a publicly accessible.
What is that? That's not, okay.
So that's access control.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you guys when you're going to remove the tint, because that doesn't promote transparency, especially when the VA has you guys be our first line of supervision.
I don't. Let me revisit it, and I'll get back with you. But I will look. I think that I think the tint has advantages.
To who?
Um,
The whole reason why you guys operate at the VA is for the patients. It's not about your safety. It's about our safety.
no, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but it's not my safety. It's the police's safety. It's the police's safety. It's the police's safety.
I'm telling you that you are the physical security specialist, and you're telling me that you can't take the tint out of the window because you feel that there's an advantage to it. What is that advantage, and who is that helping?
Well, there's a tactical advantage for sure.
A tactical advantage? Why do you need a tactical advantage? We're not at war anymore. You know that, right?
Well, no. I mean, tactical is not just specific to military jargon anymore. You have strategic and tactical. That was done before I got there. I'll take a gander at it and see if I can find anything. What I'm going to do is go
a question
specific.
for you. Do you want that tint up? Do you feel that it's necessary? I mean, honestly, do you personally feel that it's necessary?
I work out of that office a lot, and
yeah.
You know what I do, right? I'm the one who I enroll all the cards for everybody's door access, the card reader system.
Yeah.
So I honestly, for me, it has advantages and disadvantages. Having it up, I mean, it's up in the ED as well.
So is that
an issue?
Your office is absolutely fine. I'm not worried about your office. Okay, I'm worried about when I come into the building, I see a giant blacked out window that says police services or dispatch. Okay, and I don't like I spoke to you the last time that when we were in person, I told you I don't feel that it's comfortable speaking through a wall.
A wall to save civilization.
I see your point. And I'm...
Because if you think that if you think it's a tactical security issue, you guys think that we're at war. There's no tactical advantage to that other than to hide, in my opinion. There's nobody coming in there to hurt you. And actually, the funny thing about what I'm about to tell you is I know what you're thinking, and I know what you're going to say. People do have that idea of where they do want to hurt you guys, but I'm not that guy. And Chief Mulholland also told me this morning that the VA allows people to carry a knife on them. So do you think that's safer than security having tint on their windows?
Disabled veterans. Right, you don't have a reason to be. Wow, he shattered my window. He shattered my
having
window.
Certain levels of visibility and having where things aren't I'm saying covert.
Well, you use the word tactical advantage. Right, but that's the thing. You're making it seem like we're committing crimes and you guys are hiding out to have a tactical advantage over us.
Oh, well, no. If someone were to, if you had an active threat, that it would expose right there would be your, your primary target, taking out your primary, initial responders.
That's the problem. You just stated right there to take out your primary target. We are not at war. Nobody is a target.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had hospitals with active threats.
Sir, I'm aware of that, but that's 1 out of 1,000, maybe 3. Okay, and within the last year, look at how many of us, the patients, have been hurt by staff. Okay,
guys had schools. I mean, our schools. Would you say schools are a target?
Okay, do you really want to do that, Mr. Hoffmire? We're not at a school, and we're a bunch of adults.
But, no. Open access area. How about a movie theater? Is a movie theater? I mean, it's open.
Mr. Hoffmire, we're not in a movie theater. We're at the VA.
No, we're at a hospital.
No, we are at the Veterans Administration healthcare system. This is not a hospital.
It's a hospital.
Okay,
I mean,
irregardless of it being a hospital, the fact that you're bringing up a school or anything or a movie theater to present as
soft targets. No, soft targets, right?
See, that's your problem, sir. You think everything's a target. I understand you're a security specialist, but the VA is not the target. We as the veterans are the target. If you saw, like, Atlanta VA, right? They beat that Vietnam veteran. Okay, go ahead.
I actually wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that happened a few months ago, actually. And another patient advocate choked the hell out of another patient. And then over in the Midwest, there was a patient that died in the middle of the VA, and nobody helped him. They actually stood there and giggled.
I'm not aware of that. I know in Boston, I believe there was someone who passed in a hallway that wasn't found, and those things bother me because I'm the surveillance guy, right? I'm the one who's supposed to set up and make.
Well, you're trying to use other VAs as an example, and I'm giving you
no. I'm not
example.
using VAs. I'm talking about hospitals in general.
You're talking about soft targets, and I'm telling you that veterans are the targets. You're the ones hurting us.
Video showing Carrillo striking a suspect over and over.
Broad.
Pretty broad. You want me to narrow it down? The VA has deliberately targeted me. Okay, we'll talk about me. And you're the physical security specialist. You don't think that they have targeted me, but I have proof. I have it actually in police reports that I was. And actually, the other thing too is that you, as a physical security specialist, should want to know about what happened to me. I was actually cyber stalked by my primary care, and it's in a police report. And you guys are still employing that person. So where's my physical security?
Well, I mean, the extent of my duties doesn't go under, your whatever social media or cyber. I mean, but as far as when you're on the facility, I try to do my very best with the resources that I'm given.
Right. So what about me? When I come to the facility, I'm the one that's being attacked. I'm the one who's made into a target.
Well, but you're one of many. I mean, it's a macro.
One of many. I'm one person, sir. I don't represent anybody but myself and my family.
Exactly, but you're one patient of many, right? So my goal is to provide a safe environment for everyone, not for you specifically, right? But you specifically, received that sort of, my work is going toward trying to keep you as safe as I possibly can, but you among all, as well as the staff.
When Carrillo arrived and started
would you agree that the VA is built for the veteran and not the staff?
All the baton strikes were delivered, they say, while the other officer was on.
We have to provide. I mean, it's a necessary service. The unfortunate reality is that not everybody is
I agree with you having that service
as safety-minded as you are, or as conscientious. But the unfortunate reality is that there are certain threats. People have gone, and I'm not just saying because I haven't worked for the VA specifically in my healthcare experience. It's all it's been outside. I've had experience outside, so there are threats to hospitals. I mean, they're publicly open, and that's why I brought up the example of the school or a movie theater. Is they're publicly accessible. There's no checkpoint, right? There's no. We took my kids to Six Flags, right? I mean, you can go through a metal detector to go to Six Flags. You don't go through a metal detector at the hospital. So,
you know what to do. You know what you do at the VA that you don't do at amusement parks is give up your First Amendment and your Fourth Amendment rights.
Yeah.
Because you as the physical security specialist still haven't told your employees that I don't have to identify myself over the phone or give up my Fourth Amendment to tell you what I need to speak to a police officer about. I bet you haven't told them that, did you?
That's not I'm not in the operations section, man.
You're right next door. You're part of the two-headed snake, as you said.
No, not necessarily. That's operations, man. However they want to do it.
You told me that.
Passing the buck.
No, I'm saying I don't have any. I'm not the person who you talk to and make complaints about if you fail to identify or something like that.
No,
and honestly, between you and I whatever. If you want to go out there and exercise, can audit your constitutional. That's cool, man.
Whoa! Slow down there. What did you just say?
The way you're auditing,
I'm auditing?
First Amendment auditor? Yeah, aren't you a First Amendment auditor?
Negative, sir. I don't see how my health care has to do with First Amendment auditing. So is that the reason why you're treating me like this? Just because of First Amendment auditors?
No. I'm asking, if you're video recording on property, aren't you doing it to audit the First Amendment?
No, I'm not. The VA told me. The VA White House told me to record everything since I was assaulted.
So you're not a First Amendment. You don't believe in the First Amendment and the ability for people to go out and audit?
Did I say that?
I'm just asking you.
No, I don't. I'm not against that at all. I'm not.
Okay, neither am I. Neither am I. Actually,
so don't call me an auditor. And for you to say that, and I know from that, stand by. Hold on. For you to state that, that means that you've been on my website and you've been on my YouTube.
I've never been on your YouTube.
I have never once
been
posted anything about being a First Amendment auditor. Okay, just because I advocate for my own health care does not make me a First Amendment auditor. Okay, because I stand up for my First Amendment makes me an auditor, I guess.
Well, no, you mentioned the Constitution in our first conversation, didn't you?
Yes, because you guys tried to take that from me.
Okay. But
it's in the letter of warning.
We're just going to circle this. I'm just going to say, hey, if you're auditing, I'm cool with that, man. That's your right.
That has nothing to do with.
I don't like the idea of like recording people who are sick or whatever at a hospital. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not going to infringe upon your right.
Have I done that? Have I done that, Mr. Hoffmire? No. And Officer Spurgeon even said that I wasn't doing that, and has even told the staff that I am allowed to record.
Oh no, I know.
So do not insinuate.
Again, I'm saying that. I'm just saying that it's just. I don't know. I could think of better places that I would, if I was going to audit the
I'm not auditing. I'm recording what's happening to me in my healthcare. I was assaulted by 2 doctors. What don't you hear? How am I, okay, even if I was auditing, it wouldn't matter. That doesn't change anything.
No, you're right. 100% it doesn't change anything.
I am recording what is happening to me. That doesn't make me...
I stand by your right to do it, man.
It's not... You're trying to bait me, and I don't appreciate it, Mr. Hoffmire.
I'm not baiting you.
You're trying to make me upset, to create a threat, and that's the way you guys play. And I don't appreciate the insinuation.
I'm trying to agree with you.
Why would you do that, Mr. Hoffmire?
I'm not trying to escalate. I'm trying to agree with you. I'm trying to be on your side. I'm trying to be your advocate, if that's what you're looking for. Okay?
I would love for you to be on my side, and I would love for you to advocate for me.
So let's go back.
You got to help me out. Okay, and don't call me a First Amendment auditor again, please.
Why would you be offended? It's a privilege.
Sir,
you're doing something. You're doing something that most people don't have the stones to go out and do.
It's not about that, and I'm not auditing. Recording my own health care according to Directive 1078. That's my right as a patient. It has nothing to do with auditing, sir.
Okay, but I mean,
are you even aware?
Sort of indirectly, do it.
Indirectly, directly, we know there's a huge difference between that, sir. And when you try to insinuate things like that, that's not cool. I've been nothing but honest and straightforward with you, Mr. Hoffmire.
Really? I mean,
what have I lied about?
No, I'm not saying that. It's like I feel like you're kind of targeting me for
targeting you. I'm not targeting you. I asked you about the security film on the windows because I was told that is up to you.
It's up to me?
Yes. That's
really?
Physical security. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Wow. That wasn't my decision to make.
No. It's not that you made that decision. It's your decision to take it down.
I mean, I could. It's not. I mean, it could go either way. Let me research it though. Just give me a bit. And hey, man, I mean, if I'm not trying to escalate. I kind of thought you were one of the like an auditor or something. And I actually was going to.
I am a patient at the VA. I am a veteran at the VA. Okay. I am recording my health care because I was told by the White House to record everything.
No, I thought we were talking about maybe like 2 different things. You know what I mean? Like sort of a side thing you do.
I'm not an auditor. All right.
All right. Okay. I thought you were. I'm sorry. I apologize. I mischaracterized that. I thought I understand what you're doing for your own, your own benefit to ensure that you're getting the proper care. And then, but I thought you were doing it also within the realm of sort of auditing. But I apologize.
I want to tell you something, right? So I can tell by our conversation that you have never ever read VA Directive 1078, but I'm sure you're going to now. Also, public affairs has given me the right to record wherever I want.
Oh, no. I'm not saying, well,
That's from Mr. Kimball himself. Kimball Hobson told me that.
Yeah, I don't mind. As long as, but there's stipulations. It's not like you're going to go out and...
No, there's no stipulations. I'm telling you, that's from Public Affairs. He told me that.
Germane to your care. Not like you can just one time go around and videotape whatever you want, or whoever you want.
That's what everybody likes to say I'm doing, but you guys know damn well I'm not doing that. I don't care about everybody else.
Okay. Well, no, that was I assume that, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I thought you were. We do get people who are just come to audit the First Amendment, and that is something that does happen at our facilities.
I'm sure you do, but I'm not that guy, and you know that. I'm just trying to get my health care, and I've been trying to do that since day one, and I told you that.